Hey, sellmorevirtually.com team. Whoa, I'm fired up, man. Here's the amazing thing. We're just finishing up a teaching on sellmorevirtually.com team on org charts and talent and Ken is basically filling out your chart for you. My favorite thing he said so far is, what you're willing to accept or what you're willing to tolerate, be ready to accept. Yeah. And what I always tell people is never complain about what you're willing to tolerate.
Yeah, that's it.
So Ken, as a continuation in this world of the great resignation, as everybody is complaining about, and true, how do you find the right people? I mean, a big part of what you do is talent development. So how do you find them?
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges, and it's definitely a constant refrain if you talk to leaders in business. We can't find good people. What's interesting, I think, is you and I have been around a while. That's not new. We've heard that for a while. It's been, in fact, I'm wondering if there's ever been a time where people didn't say you can't find good people. Exactly. But I think the statistics back it up a little bit more now with how low unemployment is and how many people, from a statistics standpoint, walked out of the workforce and whatever. And so it does seem like it's a degree more challenging than it used to be. But the answer is the same, I think, now as it's always been. And you don't find people as much as you attract people. You need to be the kind of company that the person you're looking for is looking for. It's a mantra I got from, I think my daughter found that as in like a dating book. They said, become the person you're looking for is looking for. Like you can't just be the slob that sits on your couch and like, well, I'm waiting for the perfect woman to come by. And then like, well, she's not going to be interested in you. So if you want that kind of person, well, who are you to attract that person? Well, I think it works the same in business. Like what kind of company are you that would attract this high level of talent that you claim to want? Are you the kind of company that the person you're looking for is looking for? Because if you are, well, then they'll find you. People want to work at a great place. Yep. And great is a qualitative word. And so it means different things to different people. So, but you know who you're looking for and what their character attributes are and what their skill sets and experience are and what your core values are. You want them to match your core values. So it's pretty clear what you're looking for. So you're going to attract who you are. Whoever you are is the kind of person you're going to attract. So if you want this high level person, well, you've got to be a high level company that attracts the kind of high level person you're looking for. So I think it really comes down to looking in the mirror at the end of the day. And if you're the person that just wants to say, yeah, there's no good people out there, can't find good people. Well, I think that's on you. I think that you're not being the kind of company that good people want to work for. So how do you up your game? How do you build that culture? How do you create that attractiveness that brings in that talent that you're looking for? That's really the question. And when you can pivot that in your mind from kind of that victim, like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's just nothing you can do. You pivot from that victim mentality to an agency where like, look, we have the power to be whoever we want to be. And so we can up our game and attract people in here. And when you do that, the companies I work with and that I talk to are attracting people in there. The best companies aren't having problems finding people.
Right. Exactly.
Chick-fil-A, as far as I know, has an endless backlog of people who want to be managers and owners of Chick-fil-A. Sure. Because they're a great company. They've been established as this brand and this process and this profitability, all the things about Chick-fil-A that make it what it is, that makes it attractive to people. They're not having trouble finding people. As far as I know, they're not even having trouble finding people in their restaurants. They're certainly not having trouble finding people that want to run the franchise and be a store manager because they're a great company and are attracting people into it.
You just said something that a light went on as I'm getting around. I'm in so many companies and when I talk to them about the power of the brand and the importance of utilizing things like LinkedIn, what it just appeared to me was we always think in terms of brand exposure will grow a client base. But now what you just said is the greater your brand, the more capable you are of hiring quality people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said all that in one sentence. I took 3.
No, I said it in like 10 minutes and you said it in one sentence. So I appreciate that.
But it's true. And, you know, and so in that light, what are you doing as you consult company? What are you doing to help that corporate culture, that brand growth to attract good people?
Yeah, I always think it starts with the core values, and the core purpose. And that goes back to Jim Collins and Good to Great, a book that a lot of people quote, but not a lot of people really understand and implement. But you've got to be really clear. And Joe, this ties into the stuff that you do with individual coaching. What do you want? When do you want it? And most importantly, why do you want it? That's, getting clear about who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. You got to have that foundation before you go try to do anything. And that's the same idea at a corporate level with core values. Who are we and what do we stand for? What are we going to tolerate? What don't we tolerate? And who are we as people, and what kind of people are we looking for? You got to be clear about that. Because if you're not sure who you're looking for, well, then how do you determine if somebody's a fit or not? And how do they determine if they're a fit or not? You're not necessarily looking to attract everybody. You're looking to attract the right people. And if you're not clear about what you're trying to get, well, then they're not going to be clear about whether or not they're a fit. And that's where you start to see some turnover as people come in like, well, this isn't at all what I thought. Well, again, you got to look in the mirror as a business leader and say, we must not have been clear, because we have people leaving and saying, this isn't what I thought. So we must not be clear about what it is we do, who we are, and what we're looking for. So I really want to work with clients to get them to be clear about their core values and then their core purpose. What business are we in? Who are we trying to serve? Who are the customers we're looking for? And make sure that we're really clear about that. And then we live those things. That's what I talked about on the first conversation about that stand-up meeting, where we're going to live that core value of give appreciation. So that just reminds us that that's who we are. We're the kind of people that give appreciation and recognition to others. Well, so you find ways to live those values, and then that becomes who you are. And you can grow in that every day. And that's what's going to attract the talent. And I think you've got to start with being really clear internally about who you are and what you stand for and what you're trying to do and who you're trying to serve. And then now you can go out to the marketplace with that. And that way you create everybody in the organization knows that when you can be clear about it. And now they're all ambassadors for you and your company and your brand. So it doesn't matter if it's a shop floor operator or the vice president of sales. If they're at a summer barbecue and somebody says, hey, tell me a little bit about where you work, they're probably going to say a lot of the same things because you're really clear about it. And in most companies, you can't even grab the small 5 or 6 person senior executive team and get the same answers about things, to say nothing of getting 100 people to say the same thing. So it starts with being clear about what you're trying to do and who you are, and then spreading that out. And then that will start to attract the people you're looking for. And that's not to say that's like a, slam dunk silver bullet. Boy, if you just are clear, people will come, but they're not going to if you don't. I know that.
Right. Well, Ken, this has been great. This has been a seminar and a half. SellMoreVirtually.com. Subscribe to his podcast. And if you're out there and you need some consulting, give Ken a call. I mean, he's the real deal. As you've heard, he's been doing this for a long time. A great client, a great friend. And Ken, thank you so much for being part of Sell More Virtually.
Oh, Joe, you're so welcome. Always a pleasure to be with you. Thank you.